Welcome to This Is Important, a production of iHeartRadio, the show where we talk about what's obviously most critically, crucially important. Today on This Is Important.
You motherfuckers smoke weed?
Hey, no drummies here, just low coochies.
Man, come on. Why you gotta do me like that?
Strap in. 3,
2,
1. Blake, you fell out of your chair when you did the clappy?
Oh my God.
Did that
What
just really happen?
dude? What happened?
Oh my God.
Oh, boy.
What happened, buddy? You
My
clapped so hard
chair-
you snapped your chair?
My chair just snapped.
Also, why you have a glass chair as your computer chair?
No, it's like vintage plastic. Holy shit, dude.
Hang on a second.
Vintage
plastic.
Yeah.
What is your heritage, bruh? Damn.
It's
This is the
vintage
oldest plastic
from,
on the market.
From 2012.
From the Mayflower.
Maybe it's not vintage. It just straight up
That looks
snapped.
like
Yeah, so what are you
super
going to do
spiky.
now? Because we do have a podcast. This happened
I could
at
stool it.
second one.
Dude, it literally happened on the clap.
Oh, my God.
Happened on
so
the
what
clap.
happens, what had happened was at the beginning of the podcast, we do a
Jesus.
clap so they know when to sync our sound.
Jesus.
And Blake clapped so viciously hard
Like
that his
Hulk.
chair snapped in half.
Hold up.
dude.
It's like
Yeah, is
Bruce
that what it
Banner
was?
out here. What the
Woo.
hell?
And
God.
I
if you're
like
watching
it.
YouTube, we're going to show it to you.
I hope we got that on camera because I went head over heels. That was
Mhm.
ass over end. Is that what
Ass
they say?
over
That's
tea
over
kettle.
tea
Yeah.
kettle. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
what
phrase.
what does that mean? Let's get into it. This is a hot one.
Just some cool mom was like, he was ass over tea kettle. And people were like,
Yeah,
yeah,
what- yeah.
mom.
Okay, Mom.
Nice,
Guys,
mom.
I don't know. She's drunk again.
She went right back in the kitchen with one of those doors that goes back and forth.
Oh,
It's a
my
bagel.
grandma had those. My God, how often?
Oh.
Like the saloon doors.
Saloon doors, yeah.
Yeah.
Bars
Wait,
open,
so
baby.
Are we talking double doggies?
Double
Or are we talking
doggies.
one? Yeah,
I
yeah.
think-
Double doggies.
I think Lucy had those, and I Love Lucy, if I'm not mistaken.
It was one. It was one.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost positive, but
Fair enough.
then again, I'm not well versed in my Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
The way you led with just Lucy,
Well,
I
hey,
was like,
well, you know why?
but,
It's
but I'm
because
with you now.
we spoke about it last week. I did watch the Pee-wee documentary, and he
Mhm.
mentions how he was a Lucy fan. And I was like, wait,
Yeah.
I was a big Lucy fan back in the day.
Everyone.
Oh,
was.
everyone was.
She
It was the biggest
amazing.
show on television. Yeah, it was.
It's a great. I gotta watch it again. It's been
Like,
so long.
The format of sitcoms is based on that show.
and
yeah.
she was hella funny. And I
And
think we
hot,
we
dude.
talked about it back in the day how hot she was. She was really hot.
Dude, she was sneaky banging.
I thought
It's
she was
science.
hottie.
Yeah, she was a redheaded banger.
And I didn't think
Mm.
so when I was a kid, just because it was like in black and white, and
Yeah.
it was old, and so
Yeah.
you're like,
This
"Oh,
is
that's
the way."
old. That's old.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't watch Patty Duke.
I like my
Anyway.
women full of silicone.
Yeah, we
This
know.
is
Yeah.
the 90s.
And,
Right.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. We're still
No.
horny from last week.
You only like to watch Tool Time
Yeah.
within Home Improvement.
Yeah,
I
mhm.
get
That's
it.
the only show I liked was the show. within the show.
Wait, who were all the Tool Time girls? Because I think it originally, and I'm like autistic right now. I think it was Carmen Electra at first, but then it
I think-
switch, or was it Pamela Anderson?
Pam Anderson.
It was Pam Anderson.
But then
for
it switched.
shizzle.
Then it
To
switched.
Carmen Electra? Is that real, Bam?
I don't think it was Carmen Electra,
Are you just making shit up, dog?
but they did
Go.
switch to a brunette girl, I believe.
Was it Kathy Ireland? Who was it?
Yeah, I remember being way into her. I was so into Kathy Ireland, dude. I
yeah.
loved Kathy
Yeah,
Ireland.
she was just a human cat. You're
Yeah.
like, I think I want
Meow.
to fuck a cat. She had me out there. For, she had me on the streets looking for cats.
Debbie
Todd is
Dunning.
saying old Debbie Dunning.
None other than Debbie Dunning.
Oh my God! By the way,
Uh-huh.
look at Debbie Dunning.
Okay.
I'm gonna come.
Whoever
She played
swooped up
Heidi.
Debbie Dunning, you're so stoked.
Yeah. God
If she's a
damn.
good person, which just looking at her, you can
Pure
tell
evil.
she is. You can
Wow,
tell
she
is.
looks fantastic in
Yeah.
her Wikipedia.
The work boots.
God damn,
What's
dude,
the
nothing
work
like
boot? The boot barn? Looking like a boot barn ad.
I mean, absolutely. She's got some caterpillars on. I love it. They seem like they're caterpillars, right?
I'd like to wrap her in a cocoon.
And I don't know if I talked about this the other day, but I had a run-in with what the kids used to call Karens. Do they still call?
Crazy
women really?
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot right now.
Is it still hot? I
It's-
think they might have pivoted off. But
Yeah.
but regardless, I'm an old man, so I say things like Karens, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Hot. Dude, it was pretty wild to meet one out in the streets, and I didn't back down. I held my ground, and it was awkward for everyone involved.
Are you sure you weren't the Karen? Will you tell the story, Adam?
I'll tell the story.
Come on,
I'll tell
let's
the
go. Here we go.
So I'm at the Chick-fil-A. I've never been inside of a Chick-fil-A. I've never once been inside of one of these places.
Yeah.
There's a new one that opened up down the street from my house.
Okay.
So I'm swinging through. I'm getting a 30-pack of the naked chicken nuggies, baby.
30? God,
30 pack of naked chicken nuggets.
Yes. So there's just the grilled nugs. The
So
grilled
just
nugs.
a bucket of
grilled
loose chicken.
Yes. And it's so good, dude. I'm telling you, it's so good.
I've never had it. I've never had it.
Oh, I'm telling you, dude. You know me. I love my chicken. Spring and all, baby. I'll gobble.
Yeah.
And so
I'll stick to the sandwiches. Go ahead.
Okay. But if you want to pivot off the sandwiches and go with a nice
bucket of loose ass wet chicken,
a nude nugget.
It's not wet. It's not wet though. They're not wet, but they're juicy.
I hope
they're moist. They're not
What?
wet. So, anyways, so I'm in line.
they gotta be wet. They gotta be wet.
They sound wet, dude. They sound wet.
They're not wet. They're juicy. Juicy.
Okay.
So anyways, so I'm pulling in, and there's up front. This is Orange County, right? And this is Southern California, really.
It's Adam Devine. Get out all the wet chicken.
Dude, get it out the bucket.
He's back.
So
Get
there's
the wet
six,
chicken. Okay, go
there's
ahead.
like 6 or 8 electric vehicle parking spots right up front. Right up front.
Yep.
And then in the back,
Thank you,
Newsom
Gavin.
is the
He
totally.
beat me to it.
So there, and then there's the lot, and there's no cars parked in the electric vehicle, and then there's the lot behind it, and it's jammed.
Yeah.
So then I have to drive back there. I'm looking for a spot. I have to wait for someone to leave. They leave. I get a parking spot. I'm walking up to the front. This woman pulls in with a minivan.
How do you know she was a woman?
Because I saw her.
Gotcha, bitch.
And she's with her children. And I assumed.
Interesting.
I did assume that. This, I don't know. What do you want me to call her? This troll? What do you want me to call her? This
Karen?
beast?
The Karen.
This
the Karen,
beast,
yeah.
this human chicken nugget
Mhm.
gets out of her minivan, and out pops 6 kids. 6
Oh my goodness.
like 12-year-old boys.
Yeah.
And they all climb out.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at this.
That's a
I'm like,
huge
these
bitch.
these boys need to eat. I get that.
Mhm.
But the minivan was not electric. It was not an EV. And I walked around it to make sure.
You're checking
not
for
an EV.
tailpipes.
I'm checking for tailpipes, baby.
Yeah.
I walk around to make sure it isn't. I get in line.
You mind if I check your tailpipes, ma'am?
She then
Can't stop eating.
She then invites a friend that gets there after me, and she has 4 kids
Oh,
to
damn.
join her.
What?
Mhm.
So they
Soccer mom?
all go in front of me. I'm
Yeah.
one person
Yeah.
buying a bucket of juicy chicken nuggets.
Arguably more food. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And we go to the front we get to the front. It's kind of a long line. It's
Yeah.
taken me forever.
It's
I'm
a new Chick-fil-A. Everyone's excited.
It's a new people. It's
Oh, it's got to be line around the fucking block.
oh my god, it was fucking wild. I regretted it immediately.
Yeah.
There's
So-
celebrities there. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
So
come on.
I'm pissed off a little bit, and I'm
pissed
like,
now.
okay, whatever. I mean, and then we get to the front. There's 2 cashiers working. The other cashier sees me, and she goes, she whispers, she goes, is it just
Yeah.
I'm
to
pissed
bypass?
now.
And the other woman is waiting for the other cash register.
I think
And
I see
I
where
go-
this is going.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and she goes, it's okay, you come.
Yeah.
And so I go through, and I go, I'll take 30
She goes,
chicken nuggets.
Get in here, bumper.
No, she goes, excuse me, we were first.
Oh,
We were
no.
first.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, it's just me. And she goes, this just isn't fair. This isn't fair.
Mm.
And then her son goes, Mom, just let him go through. And she goes, no,
no, it's just not fair. And
Right.
she doubles down on how not fair it is.
Right.
And I go, I love your EV. And she goes, excuse me? And I go, I love your electric vehicle.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you talking about?
Not
I'm like,
registering?
your minivan
Yeah. Yeah.
is not an electric vehicle.
Mhm.
And she's and
I
and-
also.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then she's like, she doesn't say anything to that. She steps to the counter and starts ordering.
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
going to wrestle this woman to the ground.
Bitch.
So I step back and
Yeah.
I let them order. And they
Wow.
order and they order and they order and they order
Mhm.
and they order and they order and they order.
Mhm.
And then the
Can't finish.
the one next to me opens up. And then I order my 30 nuggets. I'm done ordering and they're still ordering.
Mhm.
God damn.
I pay for the food.
Mhm.
I go over there. And then I see, and then she comes and she goes, it's just, I'm sorry, but it just isn't fair. You can't just skip ahead.
Right.
Wow.
She doubles down again. And I go,
gonna let it die.
yes. And I
You're
go,
like, it's over.
you didn't drive an electric vehicle and you parked in
Right.
the electric vehicle spot.
Right.
And she goes, I beat you here. And I go, you didn't. I was here
Right.
before you were.
Right.
And I like am sort of teeing off on her. And
Yeah.
then her friend whispers, that's bumper for bit perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's what she whispered because you see it wash over
I
her
can only
face.
assume you're singing this whole thing.
Please don't stop the music.
and then they all start whispering to each other, and then they go back and get chairs, and
Bumper's
then they're like
Bumper's a
whispering,
total fucking
and-
asshole.
taking photos of me, dude.
Yeah.
So
Oh, dude, Adam.
I went
from
online
the,
to look to see if there was
Yeah,
any photos
yeah.
of like the back of me.
from the lobster roll on the teenager to the
I know.
Karen. You're like racking it up with
I
Public
know, dude.
enemy number
but
one.
but by
Yeah,
the way,
dude.
she was out of pocket, correct?
Bumper's a bad boy. Well, she started it, and I would say, you know what you should have done, Adam, if you want to know the proper protocol, is when the cashier said, "Hey, come on over here." You should
Hang on
have.
a second. Like, you
proper
coming out here
protocol.
like you the king of life. Go ahead,
Yeah.
bro.
You should have when the cashier
Like, tell me
asked,
the proper
when the
protocol,
cashier
homie.
called you over because you're just one. You should have asked the girl. You should have been like, "Is it cool if I go in front of you? I'm just one person." And she's telling me to go over there,
Mhm.
and then she probably would have been like,
no.
"Actually, no, I was here first." And then you could be like, "Wow, this." Then you could have told the cashier, "This girl, she's being a bitch or whatever," instead
Mhm.
of
Oh, that's a proper protocol. Whisper, this woman's a bitch.
She's
Uh,
being a bitch.
she's being a
No. And yeah, I think on most occasions I would have done that. But first of all, she's 7 people
Mhm.
herself,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
she
yeah.
fucked up.
invited 4 more people to join her crew.
Right.
look.
So
Nothing.
That's 11 people that she's ordering
Yeah,
food for.
She
Yeah.
sucks.
And then the cashier saw what was happening and waved me through. I was like, good, okay, sneaky, thank you. And it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
give
She
me a 30
sucks.
piece of the It was wild. Even her son was like, my mom sucks. She was like,
Yeah.
because the son was like, just let him go ahead, mom. And she's like,
Right.
no, it's not fair.
Right.
And then and I left this part of the story out. So I'm waiting for the other cashier to open up.
Mhm.
And Chloe calls me right then, and
Mm.
I'm asking her if she wants anything because I'm like here, and then I'm like,
she hears you
this-
fighting.
yes, I'm like, this woman shows up.
What about
She
your
shows up
EV?
with this people, and yeah,
and are you
then-
performing this? Are you kind of like performing the phone call so that
little
she
bit.
can hear
a
it?
little bit, yeah. And she's giving me a little
Yeah.
side eye, and I'm like,
Right.
she doesn't drive an EV. I walked around her minivan. It's
Right.
not an EV.
Right.
It isn't an EV. She parked in the EV spot. If she would have parked in the parking lot, I
Yeah.
would have been in front of her.
Right.
But she
Damn.
didn't. She broke the rules.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Damn. I'm
like,
sorry.
yeah. So I was like, that happened last week, and I'm still a little heated about it.
And it stuck with you.
Oh yeah, these things happen. We live in
Yeah.
such a neutral society where we
Mm.
don't have to kind of deal with conflict. That when it
Mm.
does happen now,
You're ready.
it's fucking.
Ready for
You think
war.
about it a week later, and it was just a fucking bunch of wet nuggets. Is all it was. Wait,
I'm pissed now.
But so here's the thing.
See, the way you moved off and said that you were like expecting us to erupt in laughter. You know how like when you would like you're in a party situation or something, and then you drop a joke and the whole crowd laughs, like the whole circle laughs of the little circle you're in.
That's never happened to me.
And then you just walk away. That's what Durs just tried to do on the podcast.
I wish that's never happened to me in real life.
Well, yeah, you're at parties, you say a joke, everybody bursts laughing, and then you just walk away.
You have to go fill up.
This is a scenario I do
anyways,
not know.
I got to get a beer. Anybody want a beer?
That's exactly right. Then you got to dip. Then you got to dip. You know, Blake. Don't act like you don't know.
I thought you did. As I ran through the scenario, it's like I gotta get a beer. You offer that way.
And just so you know, Adam, in this scenario, when you walk away, everyone goes, "That wasn't that funny, right?" Yeah, I'm so glad he walked away.
Rude,
so annoying,
dude.
So
bro. Don't say that. So I'm in a fragile state. Don't say that.
I'm gonna jump on what Blake was saying. The way to live life.
Okay.
But so you took advantage of a situation going around. That is true, right?
But I was waved around. I didn't just go around. I was waved around.
But you were waved around. So I would have leaned into that. I would have just gone. She waved me around. She waved me around. I don't know what to tell you. She waved me around.
Yeah, but now you're offering that person up for sacrifice.
Yes,
no, because that's what happened,
dude. You got to bow
That is
down
what
to them.
happened. That is what happened. But maybe that's.
But that's what happened.
It is. But now you're snitching on her. Now now it starts to go. Now the manager comes out, and goes like, "What's going on out here?" And it's like, I let him.
And maybe you would have done that, Durs. But I know you would have. You leaned in way harder than I leaned in about the EV and about
1,000%.
everything and about the other friends cutting. It would have been
the thing I would have kept repeating. You know when you get in an argument with them and you just keep repeating the same thing over and over? So then what rules apply? What rules apply then? So then what rules apply? I can't go ahead of you here after she just offered me to go ahead, but you get to park in the EV thing without an EV? So what rules apply? You tell me. What rules apply?
This is a straight up white off at that point.
Everybody around you not white is just like eating and watching.
Yeah, they're like, damn, son.
They're talking like it's a safari, like, and now the male species is going.
What rules apply at this point? Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm with you. If she's breaking that rule,
what rules apply?
What rules apply then, ma'am?
Yeah, and see, that's why you're better at arguing, because you would have done the classic repeat, which does work. And
it's a hood special. Repeating is a hood special.
See, and I didn't want to say that, but once you started to repeat it, I was like, that's because you grew up around a lot of black people.
But what did I say, though?
Yes, but what did I say though? Yes, it's about what did I say though?
That's all you have to say over and over again.
You grew up around a lot of black people. You have this skill set that I don't have.
Of repeating. And by the way, sometimes you get to a point where you're like, but what did I say? Though?
Yeah, you forgot.
and now
what did I say?
And now you're asking.
The tone changes. It goes from what did I say though? What did I say though?
What did I say though?
What did I say though?
But what did I say though?
What did I say though? What did I say though?
What was I asking for again?
Yeah.
They're like, sir, your nuggets have dried out.
Yeah.
These are dry.
No longer wet.
They're not wet. We're going to have to.
Good. I don't like them. Yeah.
We're going to have to re-dip your nuggets. We're going to have to marinate these boys one more time in the wetness. Well, I'm sorry I'm sorry you encountered that Karen, dude.
Dude, it was I don't know if I've ever, it's not ever, but it's been a long time since first of all, I'm not in fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Mm-hmm. This is why.
Oh, yeah, it's drive-through,
It's drive-through, and I kind of rarely go to fast food anyway, so this was a special treat. I was getting the healthy...
It's a new Chick-fil-A.
I was getting the healthy option.
Sure.
Yeah, I was.
I just want to party.
It's chicken.
Yes. It's the healthiest. Yes.
It's chicken.
So
500 calories. 500 calories. I looked it up.
That's not bad.
You guys tell me if I'm a Karen, because I had one today.
You are.
Tell me if I am
a
a
male
Karen in
Karen?
this situation.
You are.
A Kyle. It's a Kyle.
Yeah, it's a Kyle. Yeah.
So I go to pick up my kid at summer camp, and there's like a long line you got to wait in because like they load all the kids in, and then you can drive off, and you got to have like a thing in your window that says your kid's name so they know who you are.
Sure.
So I pull up.
We don't want predators. Let's see.
Yeah, security's gone kind of high. This is cool. I like this.
You know, honors. There's predators. So
okay. I
pull up.
Should I give it to him?
That's fine.
I
pull up. I pick up my 3-year-old. Okay. I had just switched the seats so that like the kid seat is on the side that they want it to be, which is already wrong because you want that to be on the curb side, not a driver's side. So you're not tucking a kid in on the street. Yeah. Anyway, I switched it for them. So then they put my 3-year-old in the car and they go, okay, see you later. And I look back and he's not buckled into his seat.
Oh,
and I go,
yeah.
Hey, like, he's not buckled. And they go, yeah, you can just pull up right over there and buckle him. And I was like, so your policy is that you want me to drive with my kid not buckled in a car that you just put him in?
Hold up.
Yeah. I go, that's not a big deal, but that seems like a bad idea for you. Because if I pull up and someone behind me already got their kid and they pull away and for some horrible reason we hit and my kid's not buckled because you didn't want to buckle him, that's a bad policy, right? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah, or like if you're in a rush and you wouldn't have looked to check.
She's like, yeah, I'm just 15 years old.
No. This woman was older than me, probably.
Okay.
And
ancient,
so
old as dirt.
Exactly.
God damn.
And
so leave her alone. That's elder abuse.
God damn.
So I'm gonna hop out and I'm gonna buckle him myself and not drive with him unbuckled because I don't know if that's what we want here.
That's kind of wild. Like she doesn't say like just so you know he's not buckled. You looked and observed.
I could have just driven. I could.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blake. I could have just driven off.
Right. That is ridiculous. I feel like maybe she skipped a step or something. Why isn't she buckling?
I would say no. That is not Kyle behavior.
Right. And I was super delicate about it too, where I was like, "You don't want this, right? Like, if God forbid something very bad happens, that's probably not going to happen.
Sure.
You just put my kid in a car unbuckled and told me to drive off with him unbuckled.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that she just fucked up?
I'm going to own this camp by the end of the session.
Did she just not buckle him and then she was like backpedaling like, oh, we don't do that there?
No, she goes, you can just do it right over there. It just is faster for everyone to get through.
That's ridiculous.
But then everyone's pulling up over there.
Over there, yeah.
And no one's and you're not going anywhere anyway. So then I have to get out and buckle him and then get back in, which is slower than, and everybody else has to do the same thing, which is slower than you just putting him in, buckling him and then saying, so long.
You know, as a group of fucking aging fucking dads, I'll tell you something right now. There's nothing fucking worse than a child pickup and drop off line in any instance.
This one was wild.
I've yet to experience this. It doesn't seem fun, dude.
Dude, it's bad.
Dude, when you fire your staff and you start doing it, Adam,
dude, you're gonna hate it, brother.
He's too young.
When
to be
you meet your
kid,
anywhere. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
It's crazy, dude.
The elementary school down my house, down the street from my house, seems so chaotic. Every day that I drive past it, when it's pickup or drop off time, it's just fucking wild. I'm like,
it's a war zone.
I think I'm gonna homeschool.
Our school is all right. The pickup drop off is pretty organized, but this summer camp situation, I was like, what?
Dude.
Like, so there's a circle to pick up, so that they made me switch the seats on the other. I'm like, why isn't the circle the other way?
Back in my day, we rollerbladed to school.
Thank you.
Nobody picked our ass up.
Thank
you. Damn.
Yeah, you guys walked. Did you guys walk to elementary school? I did.
I walked. I rode the bus.
It's literally next door to my house. So
yeah. I used to ride the bus. It was fucking fun, dude.
Yeah.
We used to take the last bus.
And why was that fun? Because you got to wake up super early and go stand on a street corner?
No. Sorry, I'm saying after school. After school, we, like me, Kyle, Adam, Teddy, we would just stay after school as late as we could and take the very last bus home. It was fucking sick.
I think I told you guys about this in the Workaholics writers room, but in
Practice
elementary
kissing.
school, my
Back in the
buddy,
day.
my buddy who lived kind of far from school was like, dude, you gotta ride the bus with me. The bus driver's crazy. And I was like, okay, hey mom, can I go over to Alex's house? Sure. So I ride the bus. The bus driver was insane. He would like gun it and then slam on the brakes and have all the kids like, boom.
Like because it's fun, like he was listening to
like-
Metallica, or because he was
like
trying to hurt people.
No, he was like, it's like a ride. And
Who was the driver in Simpsons? Was it Otto? Or
yeah,
something?
something like that.
He's like, look,
He was basically that guy. And so you would get on top of like the seats. And
hell yeah, this
you're
dude
like seat
rocks.
surfing. So he would gun it and you'd go back a little bit and then he'd slam on the brakes and you'd fall into the like your little seat in front
This
of you.
dude rocks.
I'll never forget this because it was like the craziest
I'll
thing I'd
never
ever
forget
done
this
at this
'cause he-
age.
Killed Jeff.
And so there's like a construction site with a bunch of cones, and he goes, "Who wants me to hit the cones?" And we're all like, "Yeah!" And he just goes, "Womp, womp, 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 womp," and he ran down all the cones. And then I hit up my boy Alex like the next day or next week or whatever, being like, "Yo, can I ride the bus again?" And he's like, "He got fired. He's gone."
Oh man, I was
He
like,
hasn't been
he's like,
there.
yo, you see that chick up there? He's like honking. He's like, dump him out.
Right.
Dump
Release
him out.
the twins.
I mean,
Hey,
I imagine
educate these kids.
every kid went home and like gleefully told their parents
Yeah.
like what
how
happened,
fun.
and the parents
how
were like,
funny
"Oh,
is, yeah.
huh, let me just call everyone, including the police."
This
But
guy's done.
unreal.
Well, that sucks. That sucks for him.
I wonder how long of a run he had. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like he was a fucking
He changed
outstanding
me.
barrage.
Now he was drunk, right? I feel like
I think
Yes,
he's just
sir.
one of those guys who is not a serious person who kind of has a serious job, right? And
Yeah,
it's
a
like,
very serious job.
yeah, and it's like,
actually.
what's the worst that could happen if you're flooring it and then slamming on the brakes? And you're like,
I'm drunk now.
someone could get really hurt. And he's like, "Oh, I guess maybe." You know what I mean?
I never
Like,
thought of that.
all the kids were
Huh.
having a good time.
Well, I mean, I bet not all of the kids. Like, I know I would have had a great time
You motherfuckers
experiencing
smoke
that,
weed.
but I
Yeah.
know that my wife would have
Oh.
been petrified as a
Mhm.
little girl. Like,
Yeah.
there for sure some little kids
That aren't
on
down
that
for
bus
that.
that were not down.
Well, it
'Cause,
does.
Like
what do you
Blake
think
would have
that
been.
is?
Blake would have been so scared, dude.
No way, dude. I would have been hyped, bro. What are you talking about?
He'd be like, "This is not how you live life."
no. This is not regulation, brother.
Dude, unreal. And
No,
this was, by the
dude.
way, like
Blake would have been
fucking
so scared.
38
I
years
would,
ago
dude.
or some shit, and I still remember.
Yeah, it sounds like you had the
Who
ride
wants
of
me
a
to hit the
lifetime.
cones?
He probably worked at like the carnival and then like would drive the bus.
Yeah,
during
and
the-
thanks for bringing that up. I never talk about the carnival in my hometown.
Did you
enough.
guys have carnivals? We
Yeah.
had
We had
carnivals.
carnivals.
You
Come on,
remember the
living in, like,
carnies?
city.
Yeah,
Dude, you
Hooters
never
lived in
went
a
to a
city.
carnival?
I remember going to a state fair and getting
Nah,
on the
that's-
zipper.
well,
That's
right?
not the
That's a-
same. That's a
elite.
little more,
Oh, yeah,
a little
we had
more
it.
organized.
We had Millard days. So I grew up in Millard,
Sick.
Nebraska, which is
Hell yeah.
a suburb of Omaha.
Of
and
course.
we had Millard days, dude. And you would, ask for some little extra coin and then ask a girl to go on the zipper with you.
The zipper
yeah.
was
Zipper
fucking
is-
Get in
next
that
level.
cage. Get
When's
in
the
that
last
cage,
time-
do some
When's the last
flips.
time you rode a zipper? That will fuck your
Dude,
old ass up.
I think it would
dude.
ruin me.
Oh,
Well, I think like
Oh,
now,
it's
I
bad.
remember my dad, he used to always go on roller coasters with me as a kid.
Mhm.
But he also had me when he was 26 years old. So
right.
by the time he was my age, I was done doing roller coasters, right? I was like a teenager.
yeah.
So like he was already getting vertigo when I was like 8, 9,
Right.
10 years old. And I
Yeah.
remember being like, oh my God, this guy's ancient. I
Mhm.
haven't been on like a true like spinny ride
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
in
I think that's
forever.
what
I'm
they're
like,
called.
well, like a gravitron or like a gravitron or something like that.
Yeah. Or something that goes upside down. Oh, yeah. Well, since Workaholics.
Was that the
yeah.
last time we did it? Was when we did it on Workaholics?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I loved that we put a gravitron in the
Yeah.
front yard
was
of
great.
our house on
This is what we do,
Workaholics.
guys.
Absolutely.
It was brilliant. And the fact that we're talking about doing can we even talk about doing a show together again?
Yeah, sure. We could talk about it.
Yeah.
You won't shut up about it.
Yeah, we're talking about doing another show together. And basically, it would be too expensive to shoot in the shitty house that we shot Workaholics in.
So
we would have to shoot that same show in Vancouver or Montreal or Toronto or where the fuck ever.
Edmonton.
Thank you, Newsom.
Thanks, Newsom.
Come on.
By the way, I
Gav.
do like how he was like, I'm gonna put in an injection of cash into the entertainment industry, and it's like, bro, no one cared. No,
That's how I roll.
No studio, no streamer was like, oh, cool, great, let's do it here then. They were all like, close but no cigar. We're sending people to the Philippines.
That'd be kind of sick. Manila, pull up.
Okay.
I had a meeting with a.
Tell me you hate your family without telling me you hate your family.
No,
I had a
bro,
meeting at a general
we got
meeting at a
people.
studio the other day, and this executive told me, she was like, we actually shoot a lot of our shows in Ireland, and people love going to Ireland, and it's beautiful over there. And I'm like, I mean, I would just agree with her. I was like, oh, of course, yeah, it sounds great. And admittedly, I would like to go to Ireland. I don't want to shoot a whole show in Ireland.
No, I would have accidentally said, bitch.
I'm like,
I would have said, bitch, you go to Ireland.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not trying to spend 6 months out of my year living in Ireland away from my family and friends and everything I know and love. I'm like, there's a reason I live in LA, so I could shoot the shows in LA.
By the way,
Hollywood.
I was going through my
now.
I was going through my finances and found something. We all share the same money manager, right? So you guys know where I'm going with this. But going through the finances while I was in Australia, and I'm like, what is this little hella money G's here? What is this? I don't recognize this. And he was like, oh, I have to pay somebody there because you end up paying taxes here and where you're shooting.
What the hell?
And so there's obviously like loopholes where they're like, so we pay X amount to this company so that you then are paying less in Australia and aren't getting gouged. And I'm like, so the production saves money, but I'm paying taxes in two places.
Right.
Yeah.
Tight butthole.
And what sucks for like you have a business manager who is smart enough to know which loopholes to jump through and
how to slide stuff a little over here.
But there's actors who aren't at the level that they don't need a money manager, right? And this might be one of their first jobs, and they're going over there. They don't know to do this, and they're just getting gouged, man.
Yeah,
wild.
We should be in charge.
We should be.
We could
start a firm.
Adam will be like, let me go around these cars, see which ones are EVs. Like, you do that.
Yeah, dude, I'm always checking.
I'll make sure people are buckled. Blake,
I'm a dumbass.
Thank you. Yeah,
okay, that is right. Correct.
I'll just check in, kiss babies.
Have you guys had any run-ins with Karens? Blake, do you have any?
I'm trying to think. No, I'm not much of a person who gets into any sort of skirmish or anything.
You don't stand up for yourself. Yeah.
No,
right.
No,
yeah.
I let Karen see me coming, man.
Right.
They're
no,
like,
I think
ooh,
generally,
let me gobble.
I'm a good diffuser. I'm a good.
Is that what you do to your hair?
No,
do you ever use one of those blow dryer things that have like the little
have
fingers?
like the cone? No, that only on set. I need one of those. I never use blow dryers. I just
we could tell.
Okay. So you've never run into a Karen. You've never been.
So essentially Blake
I think there's no threatening presence. Yeah.
He doesn't. If someone's stepping all over him, he allows it to happen.
I'm trying to think of the last time I really engaged in a moment with a person that was it was getting testy, and it has been a while.
Yeah. Here's my question. I think we covered this a long time ago about getting punched in the face on a whatever. These kids who they go in groups of 30 popping wheelies in the streets, and then they go as close to your car as possible, and then turn and miss you, and it's like, whatever, great. But sometimes they hit your car. Yeah. Blake.
They do?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
What happens if they hit your car, Blazer, and fuck your tail light up or some shit?
Break my tail light?
Yeah, your headlight, right in your headlight. Boom.
Yeah, they dent the hood, baby. That's gonna be mucho dinero.
I mean,
what are we doing?
My Jeep is old. I need a new Jeep, so I'm like not too upset about it. I don't value my car that much right now.
Wow. Okay.
This kid. Here, let me just paint the picture. He hits the taillight. Taillight's broken, right?
Yeah. Gone.
He's off.
Gone.
He falls off his bike. His pants actually fall down.
Allegedly.
He's got a rock hard cock. Are you blowing this too, or no? I don't know.
No, dude. What?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm just wondering. I don't know.
Wait. Does he lands on his back like spread eagle?
He's okay.
Is he of age?
His pants get.
Is he of age?
18 in a day.
He's 18 in a day, baby.
Now the scenario's getting juicier than a fucking Chick-fil-A unbreaded nugget, baby.
So
naked.
The headlight's broken. His pants somehow got pulled by his bike seat down. He's rock hard. Do you let it slide? Do you blow him or do you accost him? What are we doing here?
Is he okay? Or ask if he's all right.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a little road rash.
Yeah,
he's
18 a day.
Well, then in that case, if I'm already like I've pulled over my Jeep, I've like stopped to check if he's okay. I think I mentioned like, dude, you broke my tail light or my headlight.
And he goes, "Fuck off."
Like,
and by the way, as this all happens,
that's it. I'm sucking your dick, motherfucker.
As this happens, 19 other little teenage dudes on their bikes are rolling up.
See, well, that's where
the fuck me.
That's where I feel like
their dicks aren't out yet.
If a guy does that and hits my car and the taillight's busted or the car's fucked up, and then he falls off his bike and then he's picking his bike back up, I would then get out and try to fight that man, right?
Right.
I feel like you get the bike, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's, you know what I mean? I'm like, yes. But it's the 19 other homies.
Right.
That's when you go.
Because didn't this happen to somebody?
Well, dude, I'm not trying to get murdered for this. But if it's one guy and he was being an asshole.
One guy. It's never one guy. Because who's riding their bike, wheeling around by themselves, dodging cars? Nobody.
A legend.
Yeah, a true legend, probably.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, so like, okay, different scenario.
Logan.
Oh, here we
different
go.
scenario.
Yeah.
So it's gridlock traffic, and a guy pulls up, and you're just zoning out. You're listening to your music.
This is streets, like not freeways. Streets, yeah.
Streets.
Got it.
Okay.
And
there's like a concert at the bowl.
You're right there. Yes. You're right there, and it's just grit. I drove. It took me 2.5 hours to drive from Santa Monica to my house in Orange County yesterday, and it took me down Lincoln.
This is not a Hollywood conversation.
For 1 hour. Yeah. But so I'm driving down. I was stuck in traffic, and I was like, I wonder if Blake could even handle this situation. So if
situation, dude, what is your problem? Why would you do that? I bet Blake couldn't fucking handle this traffic. Turn the beat up.
I love sitting in traffic. What are you talking about?
Take it easy on your boy. This is your guy.
So no. I did not even think. Wasn't even thinking of Blake.
Good.
So anyway, so you're in traffic and a guy just pulls up and he's just like, "What's up, bitch?" And you're like, "What?" And he's like, "Fuck you." And then he calls you the F word, dude. He drops that to you and you're like, "Okay." And then you're stuck in traffic for the next
He's just riding alongside of me?
Yeah, and he's just eyeing you and he's just like, "What the fuck are you gonna do
at
about
this point, I'm like, wait, what? Like, how do I know you? What are you even fucking doing? What's the deal here? Like, why are you so upset towards me?
And do you say anything to him?
Yes.
Or
yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm like,
you go, "I'm so sorry. I'm not going to fuck you, sir."
What's going on? Like, what's the problem here?
Well, hey, Anders, that's a clever. That's a clever thing to say, and I want to hear what Blake has to say.
I wouldn't say
I go. "I'm sorry. I'm on a call. I can't. I can't.
I can't fuck you right now."
There's a world where this could happen, sir.
If this guy is just like next to my window the whole time, just kind of like
the whole time, just fucking looking at you,
saying this to me, I'm like, what's going on? Maybe you think I'm someone else. Like, what did I do?
Oh, that's a good one. Hey, maybe you think I'm someone else.
But he's not saying it like that.
On the tone.
I'm not trying to start a fight with this guy. I'm going, why are you
No, he's starting it. That's what Adam is saying.
I'm saying, why are you trying to bite me?
And what if this guy goes, hey, we're not going anywhere. Get out your car. Get out your car. We're not going anywhere.
That
It's
seems
gridlocked.
silly.
You're not going anywhere.
That seems silly.
And he goes, I don't have a gun or a knife.
This happened.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Okay,
Is
yeah,
he
that
driving
helps a little bit.
Is he driving an EV? Did you check the pipes?
Does he throw me boxing gloves? Is he like, I just want to like have a
ready? I'm
boxing
gonna
match?
add a little. I wouldn't say realistic, but maybe less cartoonish. He
Okay.
just starts
Okay.
throwing pennies at your window.
Oh,
Tink.
shit.
Tink.
That'd be annoying.
And he's got change.
He's got a lot of pennies.
He's
dog.
got bro. This dude has change.
I mean, yes, at this point, I have to engage him in some way. I have to roll down my window and be like,
But now you roll the window down. Now the pennies are coming into your car.
I don't know.
Now you
I
got
don't know.
hella pennies in your car.
I guess.
Well, then you're making some money off this guy. Yeah. That's
well,
actually
okay.
kinda sick.
Holy
yeah.
shit!
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what this guy
Worth
wants.
a pack of gum, I guess.
This guy seems really unhinged. I mean, I would have to assess. I'd have to really look at him, see his eyes, see how much of a maniac he is. I would
Adam,
have to
I
assess
like
it.
this. I like this scenario, but there's not enough bite to it where like I'm trying to get in from like a lane that's closing or whatever, and he's not letting me. Like I need like an incident before the shit talk. If a person just rolls down the window and just goes, "Hey, F word," I go, "All right, well, I don't know what's going on here."
Right. If I did like say I cut him off something bad and then he's like he takes it super personal and now he's following me around the city like, yo, you fucking cut me off back there. And I know he wants to beat my ass. I mean, I don't know.
This is a cool horror movie where
What's
you
the
cut
one-
someone off.
This is beef.
Isn't
this beef? This is just beef.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
The
is.
show Beef.
That is.
Yeah. I was thinking of that movie with
Somebody
Russell
help me!
Crowe.
Paul Walker.
No, with Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, Gladiator?
No, there's a new movie. I mean, it's
A
a
Phone
Beautiful
Booth
Mind. A
Phone
Beautiful
Booth.
Mind.
No. Neither of those. It's Russell Crowe, and this woman cuts him off, and he loses his mind and stalks
White
this
beef.
woman.
Adam, you watch these white beef thumbnail movies.
I'm
just
always
not
watching.
clicking.
It's called Unhinged.
Unhinged.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That sounds like my
Whoa.
guy.
You guys should watch it.
Unhinged? Is it good?
It's so good.
Is it?
Is it like a
It's
new
what I am,
Falling
dude.
Down, the Michael Douglas
Oh,
movie?
Falling Down is one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's good. It is good. It was a little bit of a sleeper. It didn't get I don't think it got a huge release, but
I
I
bet
watched it.
I bet it's the realest performance Russell Crowe has ever given. If he's just being hella pissed
Like when
off.
you say these things,
Mhm.
I'm like, what?
'Cause I think inside, isn't he like just like a super angry dude? I think he
Yeah,
wants
but you can
to.
watch LA Confidential. It's the same thing with maybe a little more.
You know, maybe
I need to
on
run
the
it back.
Maybe on the cruise we have like a little game where like someone can come up and say whatever they want to us,
Yeah.
and then we have to say a whatever like put down or come back or whatever epic slam that we can give back and just see.
I'm not
and-
that good at it. I feel like somebody like a David Spade who for sure was bullied his entire childhood
Oh, dude, still
is like a
bullied.
master.
He's still bullied. Dude.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Yeah,
Probably a
I
little
mean,
bit.
for sure. If he's rolling in the Kevin James, Sandler, you know,
Grown Up.
in that crew, and
Yeah.
with Chris Rock, you know they're
they're
piling
teeing
onto
off.
Spade.
Well,
Yeah,
Chris Rock's same thing. Bullied
Well,
his
he's
whole life.
He
Little
was like
dude.
super skinny.
and bullied by his own family. Like Charlie
didn't-
or Charlie.
Yeah,
no, not Charlie Murphy. I'm thinking of who's Chris Rock's brother?
Yeah, Tony Rock.
Tony, yeah.
Well, I guess he's a little guy too, though, huh?
No, Tony's a
Yeah.
big guy.
Okay,
Is
good.
He's not.
Then that- then that
Remember
works
how
out what I'm
skinny
saying.
Chris Rock used to look?
Yeah,
Like,
he
he's
played,
filled-
only
yeah.
played
He's filled
crackheads.
in a little bit. He looked
Yeah.
like,
Well,
and I hate to say it,
Okay, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to say it.
Wow, dude.
like
Perfect.
Blake.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like a
I'm-
Afro fetus. Is that what we're saying?
You're saying
Afro-fetus.
looked
Yeah.
like me
Looked
when I
like
was in high
When you
school.
were a young
Yeah.
kid,
'Cause I'm
Yes,
definitely-
like painfully skinny.
And he's jacked now,
I'm
though.
sizable.
jacked now.
at
Now
this
you're
point.
jacked,
I
dude.
I can get
Mm.
people on my shoulders. Like
Whoa. Okay.
How do you know?
I just had Isaac on my shoulders the other day, just lifting him up.
Huh.
Yep. And he's a big man.
He's
yeah,
huge.
I was there.
He's humongous.
Yeah, we partied. You were missed. Durs had other obligations, but it was Isaac's, I believe, 75th birthday, and
I just want to party.
it was his 55th birthday, and we had a banger. His wife threw a banger for him.
Yeah,
and
punk rock, getting radical.
And my God, did we get drunk? I was hungover for 2 days.
I'm
not used to drinking that much anymore, and it affected me.
And where was the party again? I can't remember.
It was at the American Legion, which was hilarious because we
Which
walk
is where
in.
He did his 5th.
No, that was at the Elks.
Okay.
Elks Club. It's a
This
different
place-
thing. It's
My bad.
similar
This place
vibes.
was funny. This place was fun.
We walk in and this guy in a suit, this old man, probably 75 years old, was like,
At
he's
least.
like, excuse me, can I help you? And he was like, can I help you? And I was like, I'm here for the party. And he's like, you didn't hear the announcement? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's in the back. You shouldn't even be walking through here. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. And so
you said,
he's like,
okay, boomer.
and he goes,
Punk rock, getting
follow
radical.
me. And we walk through. It was White Hair City, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was
and by the way-
hilarious rolling up.
And by the way, I loved it. And I'm like, how do I get involved?
Yeah.
How do I? This seems like the type of party that you would, all the grandmas and grandpas,
Yeah.
you know that they would
just
just fall in
scissoring.
love. They would
Yeah.
fall in love with us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was straight up old school Reagan Republicans in the house, baby.
And Blake loves
Okay.
that vibe. And
Yeah.
then we go out back,
Well-
and then it's a true banger.
Uh-huh.
Flashback Heart Attack, which
Yes.
was the band. They're going to be on the cruise.
They're gonna be on the cruise. They're cool, man.
they
They're
were great.
down.
They were down.
I'm
They're
a
down to
fan.
clown. Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun time having them on the boat.
And we partied. We drank our faces off. It was a great time.
That's awesome.
It was
I
really.
took
really
everyone
crazy.
by boat to one of my favorite bars, Class of
Mhm.
47. And
Great spot.
oh yeah.
What's
and
the
then
what's
from
the
then
max
I
people
don't
you can
remember
have on your
anything
boat?
after that.
Is this your what is it called? The Duffy?
Duffy,
boat.
yeah.
What's the max you can have on the Duffy?
I think it's like 12, but I think I fit 22.
Yeah. That's where I was going. I would go,
Yeah.
I want to
It
hear
was
the max and
It
I
was
want
a
to hear
slow
your record.
ride. It was a slow ride. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
Yeah, we
were chugging.
The water
over there.
was
Because it's here, yeah.
this close to spilling over.
Yeah.
It was
but,
rad. It was very fun. I don't remember much of the bar either. I know that I definitely skinned my knee. I think I tripped on the entrance of Class of 47.
That's
Par for the
cool.
course.
Yeah, that was pretty
That's a
cool.
good way to get yourself kicked out right away. Is
They were
tripping,
hyped.
falling in. Yeah.
They
Well,
were
that place
hyped.
that place
Yeah,
they
they're
would be,
falling.
dude.
They're falling.
They were hyped.
Yeah.
Well, to my what am I trying
Chagrin?
to say? No, to my argument, to my what am I?
I don't know.
To
I don't
my
know what you're
credit,
trying-
before I went to Isaac's, I went to Hooters Costa Mesa and
Okay.
and
Mhm.
tore it up.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. What
I
does
was
that
pretty
mean?
responsible. It's just that they are it's closing at the end of this month, so I
They all
really
are.
had to give it a send off. Shout out to Janessa, Sissy. Thanks for treating me right, man. It's really, really kind of you guys.
Don't make it weird.
It's not,
just
dude.
the
The
way
fact
you call
that
them
you
out.
went was fine,
Yeah. Oh my
and now that you're like
You're
you're
saying their
paying
names.
scholarships for their college or some shit, like I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, what does your girl feel about you remembering their names enough to call them out on the podcast?
They were very kind.
Okay.
Because I told them that the one in Burbank had closed, and
Yeah.
before they closed, I really, really, really loved the orange cups
Yeah.
at Hooters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was telling them my sob story, and they gave me the orange cups. So
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
now
Okay.
a
Well,
proud owner.
that was a question that I had because you posted, which by the way, you never post about the cruise or this is important or anything that we're like trying to sell tickets for when we were on
Mhm.
tour. He wouldn't post about that, but he posted about his 15 orange Hooters cups
Yeah.
that he had, and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize
disaster, my guy.
that they stole a box of Hooters cup. But you
I didn't steal
talked to
them.
Tanessa and Janessa, and
They hooked it up, dude. They were
Okay.
very kind.
Yeah.
They were very
Alright.
kind people.
What'd you
They're-
get when you
I
got?
consider them dear
box of-
friends.
Did you get a box of 30 wets? What'd you get? What do you? Come
Oh
with when
no,
you go
I
to
always do
Hooters?
the same thing. I
you go
love
naked juicies or
no. I go breaded Daytona, baby.
Mm-hmm. But do you say all drummies, or do you like?
No, because I've in my old age, I have come to like the flats. I'm a flats man now.
Take a look at my life.
I'm a flats man now.
Like you.
Do you do the move where you just put it in and
The one
gone?
bite?
Yeah.
I try,
Try.
but I'm not pro yet.
I go all drummies. I'm not fucking around with those little.
I used to like drummies, but the coochies are good, dude.
Those little coochies. Those little coochies.
The flats are delish. The meat is nice on there.
Maybe that's the next instead of Hooters, we come up with little coochies.
No drum. No drummies here. Just
no drummies,
just
little coochies.
Well,
any take backs?
No, I stand by that. That'd be
Any standbys? We got some.
Yeah, that's a standby.
Any take backs or standbys?
Stand by it. Well,
stand by it.
Well, I
feel like all of these things that were these great inventions, little coochies, things like that, we got to bring that on the cruise, baby, because the cruise is coming up. We're what 6 months away or so, 7 months.
6 months, yeah.
Do we get to like?
It'll be here.
Name the menus and that kind of stuff. We're
I hope so.
If there are wings, we call them little coochies. And is there a drink named after like Karens and?
I would absolutely love to get in the weeds with some of that stuff.
Yeah, we got to run that up the pole.
Cute and clever. The yes points.
I hope the Norwegian Queen will allow us to do some of that.
Is that the name of the boat?
Yeah, I believe so. Isaac, isn't it Norwegian Queen?
The name
coming home.
Oh,
I believe so.
Norwegian Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So
that was my brother's nickname in high school.
Yeah.
Holy.
I love that, Durs.
That's
points. That's
I'm here.
Yes, points.
The Norwegian Queen. Yeah, I mean, I love it. And if we still have some what do they call them? Cabins available. So if you are looking to swoop it up, it's gonna be so much fucking fun.
It really
and
is.
by the way, this is a phenomenon
really is.
that I think you guys hipped me to, which is the thing I'm gonna start saying a lot.
Okay, hip to be
is
square.
that in cruise culture you can get paired up with other people?
It's a bagel.
Yeah, you can get little bunk mates.
What are we talking about here? This is unreal.
It seems like a cool way to meet a best friend for the rest of your life.
I think so, especially like a cruise like this. So like you obviously are gonna have to be a fan of the podcast and probably Workaholics
or curious.
Most definitely Game Over, man.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
and then the other person is also going to be a big fan. You guys are immediately going to have stuff to talk about.
Dude, we went across the country to many different cities and states, and everyone we met was the exact same.
Yep.
Yeah, good people
from New York City down to Oklahoma City. Everyone or Tulsa, everyone was kind of the same.
Good vibes.
And so if you bunk up with somebody from a faraway land, guess what? You're gonna be hitting it off.
Yep. You just found a best friend.
It's that easy.
Yeah, maybe you know what's fun? You know what's fun about the people that were fans of Workaholics, and this is important, is they're just us. There's just different versions of us. I can see in a crowd if they're a Durs fan or a My fan or a Blake's fan or just a fan of all of us, you could really tell where they land on the
and I can close my eyes and smell the Kyle fan. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is. It is pretty crazy.
We got a Kyle fan, huh?
Water trash.
Oh, patchouli, really. Yeah, that's the Kyle fans are the type of people that just rub crystals on their armpits and expect to not have BO.
Yeah.
Water trash.
Love the guy. Eats babies.
I can't wait for the cruise. I think it's going to be next level.
I'm getting more and more excited.
I'm
by
kind
the
of.
month.
Call me crazy. I'm kind of shocked by like the talent that we got.
Yeah, dude.
I like us. I think we're fun, cool guys. But I'm also kind of shocked that some of the people who are joining us are joining us.
Yeah, it's going to be
Dude,
really, really
Nick
fun.
Swartzen is one of my favorite comedians of all
Hilarious.
time.
Hilarious.
Legend.
When I first started to do stand-up at the Improv, and I had just moved there, and I wasn't even doing stand-up at that time. I just was literally working the door and was just watching. And Nick Swardson would light that stage on fucking fire. He was so in his bag, dude. Yeah. It was incredible to see. And then you go over to the Comedy Store and you see Bobby Lee, and he also is bringing the heat.
It's crazy.
Also saw him nude a lot, which I'm hoping he busted. I think he might have stopped that. I think he might have stopped that.
Really?
But we're going to be an international.
No.
Yeah,
anything goes.
What was I'm trying to think of like the Nick Swardson CD. That was the bomb. It wasn't Seriously Who Farted, right? Because that one's really good.
I think that one was a little later.
That's a little later, right?
The one where he's like shirtless and he's wearing a party hat. Which one was that?
And he has the one about like his joke about his funeral and how he would want to be like hung from like the rafters and shit. It's all
which is a great bit. And
very good.
Seeing him on Comedy Central back in the day, I remember being like, I think this dude's like my age, because he also looked hella young when he was young, and seeing him just crush.
Well, when he was young, he like popped off when he was like 19 years old on Comedy Central, which is unbelievably young.
Yeah,
and then he had that bit about his grandma where he would go,
Nicholas. He just is lifting milk, and she's like, "You're the strongest boy in the world, Nicholas." Unreal.
The name of the album is Party. That's his first comedy album.
Yeah,
what a ledge.
Classic
Ledge,
album,
dude.
2007.
He's captain of the ship, baby. The Norwegian Queen. Get on there.
I got a Norwegian flag Speedo. I think I got it on the tour. I'm gonna have to be just in that.
Yeah, I think that stays on. Yeah. Your bottom doesn't change. Your top may, but your bottom's got to stay the same.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Hello. Gosh.
Cool?
And Mark, how do you say Mark's last name? Mark
Consuelos. No. Yeah. We got Mark Consuelos. He's
Kelly
and
Mark. They're going to be doing Today Show interviews.
Doing karaoke.
No, Mark Riboulet, right?
Yeah, dude.
That guy brings the heat so hard.
Oh, man.
Like he does like giant shows. He does giant shows where
he's
so
super talented.
Yeah,
super talented. Very hyped.
He's ready to rock. I messaged him and I was like, "Yo, awesome, let's do this." And he's hyped.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
then Eric Griffin. So, we're all sides of the
Eric
fence.
Griffin will be bringing around hors d'oeuvres.
I haven't seen Eric in a long time, but if we hit an iceberg, we can all jump on Eric for safety and sail him
Hello. Burn. We're not going down.
Ed, grab a knuckle hair.
Everyone grab a knuckle hair the size of ropes.
Yeah.
No, Eric will hit me up when we talk shit on Eric on this podcast. He will hit me up and be like, "Man, come on, why you gotta do me like that?"
Yeah.
And I love it every time. And I'm like, it's because you will hit me up and say stuff like that. That's why. If we didn't think that you wouldn't hear this and we're just talking shit, it wouldn't be fun. It would just be mean.
That's sad.
And we wouldn't do it. But the fact that we know that you will hear it, get upset, and then reach out, it makes us want to do it even more.
The fact that we know your greasy ass is listening,
greasy,
it warms our hearts.
Yeah, it really does. Can't wait.
Cockle.
Can't wait to be
Can't wait. And maybe Blake might even post about it.
I might. I'm hoping. Yeah. I told Isaac I definitely will if he allows TK on the ship. I need Thomas Kellogg on the ship, but he's really trying to not let TK on the ship.
I was saying TK should be doing man on the street shit. I think that'd be amazing.
I think he should just be a guest karaoke performer or something.
I think he should dress as a dunking genie and just literally be on the court dunking a basketball.
Yes. I don't know if he likes talking about that. I don't know if he likes talking about
all day. Dude, I think that's all he likes talking about.
We got
and like he's doing food. He's doing food shit now. We got to get him food vlogging on it.
Yeah. Isaac just wrote in the chat. Isaac, by the way, there's a love-hate with Isaac and TK.
Yeah, I don't know what the pushback is.
He's like, TK came to my birthday. How did that happen?
Because he's your friend, man.
He's known you for 20 years.
He didn't want him there, apparently.
I know, but I brought him. Sorry. And guess who else was holding you up on their shoulders? It was me and TK. And those pictures are fucking cool, Isaac.
They are. And my wife weirdly was caressing TK's like wet bald head in like a video that Wendy posted. I was like, what happened there? Oh,
I was intoxicated.
Dude, he has a beautiful voice. He might have serenaded her. I don't know. He's got some pipes on him.
Dude, I just saw a meme the other day that was like, you ever fuck up so bad with your girl you wish you could sing? And I was like, God, that's funny.
Can't finish.
That's funny.
Damn. I wish I could. You could patch up a lot of stuff.
Thanks.
Do I ever cross your mind?
I try, but
Anytime.
Please don't stop the music. Doesn't do anything for Glow.
You gotta drop
Please don't stop the music.
It has to be McKnight. You can only drop some McKnight.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, definitely. McKnight will get you
anything
there.
else. Anything else.
Any
guys.
takebacks? Any apologies? Any epic slams?
Any standbys? Any?
I definitely want to stand by all my girls at Costa Mesa Hooters. I'm really bummed we're closing. Man, it's been a great run. Sissy, Janessa.
And this is the one off the freeway
that's
connected
by the
to the hotel.
By the La Quinta Inn, which me and Akko, who Akko will also be on the cruise. Atiba and Akko will have a night where they DJ. Dude, me and Akko went to Isaac's party together. We debated staying at that La Quinta Inn, but we heard from
got your asses home.
Yeah, we got our asses home, and that was the right decision because that La Quinta Inn is shady. Shady after.
Most freeways directly off the freeway.
Most hotels next to a Hooters.
Yeah.
Like what?
Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, it's a cool little one.
And also
combo.
at night, it's an hour. If you have a driver, it's not that bad.
Yeah, we did it right. We did it right. We pulled the ripcord at the right time. I left right when I went into the class of 47 bathroom, and Isaac was actually puking in the bathroom. Not to blow up your spot.
Hey,
dude, I should have. I swallowed all the alcohol and kept it down. I should have. I was hungover. My boat was parked like such an asshole. It was.
I think we jumped out while it was still moving, dude.
It was just floating in the bay.
That's cool.
See ya.
Donkey.
Adam, real quick, I just want to circle back to, and this can be, not what we end on, but we don't need to get into it.
Okay.
Talking about the guy who rolled up on and called you the F word. What's the thing you screamed at somebody when like you got in a bumper fender thing and you were like, I'm having the worst day ever?
No, you said, I kept screaming. No.
Fuck it.
This guy was like honking at me or something. I forget exactly what had happened, but I got out of my car and I maybe I took my shirt off, which used to be like my go-to.
Right.
But then I started screaming like, you have no idea what kind of day I've had.
Right.
Which, by the way, my day was fine.
Yeah.
I had nothing bad had happened.
I think that could work. I think that could be work. That could work though for this.
And then he got out of his car and he was like, dude, chill out. And then and I'm like, fine, whatever. And I get back in my car and then he pulls up next to me and goes, hey man, I'm a fan, and drove off. And it took me down 11 pegs. I felt so bad.
If he said I used to be a fan, or like, how about
Please don't stop the music.
maybe if we're talking pegs,
remembering it wrong.
How many more pegs down?
Yeah, that would have hurt.
Yeah.
I would have been like, wait. I would have definitely tried to repair that.
Because you need every fan. Is that what you're?
I just don't like people being mad at me. That's
no, I didn't like it. I did not like it, and I was like, I felt very, very bad.
That's when I go,
that
hey,
being said,
get in line, asshole.
That being said, he did honk at me, so he's dead to me.
Yeah,
so fuck him.
Fuck that guy. Thanks, Newsome. Thank you, Gavin.
Thanks, Gavin. By the way, met him in person. Very charismatic.
Yeah, gotta be cool.
Didn't want to like him.
He's hella hot.
Super
too.
thick dick.
Friendship.
Gotta get on this pod.
He's probably got a hog.
You could tell.
Got to.
Remember when I broke my chair? That was crazy.
Oh yeah,
that was wild. Way back when.
I just been sitting on.
So any takebacks, any apologies, any epic slams?
I'm good to go, dude.
I'd love to take back the fact that I broke this damn chair because I don't have another chair that spins like this. Damn it. But maybe I switch to X-Men mode.
Maybe you buy a chair that is in vintage plastic.
Dude, what the hell happened? This is
Get a
crazy.
computer chair, dude.
Aged 10 years, vintage plastic.
Dude, this thing is tight. I liked this thing.
It is cool.
Okay.
Hey, will you take your pants off and then walk in front of the camera with that in front of your dick?
Yeah, dude, we need more YouTube followers.
Yeah.
Just take your pants off and walk in front of that with your dick.
Any take backs,
dude.
This does not block enough.
Oh yeah, it would.
What are you talking about?
It's actually not big enough.
Put it in front of the camera.
Okay.
Put it really in front of the camera. Okay.
Oh,
and
we
now,
can't see shit.
And
dude.
now,
take
lean
your
closer,
pants
closer,
off.
closer. And now,
Take your pants off.
And now walk by fully
Oh, we
nude.
can't see. We can't.
Dude, I see
And then,
something.
and Adam, when it happens, just blow. Go. I think we can blow it over.
Oh, hey, are you doing it?
What are you doing?
Did you
I
do
don't know.
it?
I don't know. What
Never, never mind.
Oh shit. Okay.
Now
You wanna see it?
I don't have pants on.
Oh, good. And that was another episode of
This
is important.
Available on YouTube.
Freaking see ya.
Or wherever you get your podcasts.